What if I told you the metaverse is basically a virtual world that identically mirrors the real world? Food for thought, right? Some of you may be thinking about how cool that sounds, and the rest of you may be overwhelmingly concerned about how fast technology is advancing. Rightfully so. Since Facebook relaunched as Meta on October 28, 2021, the hazy notion that inspired the new name has been a heated topic of debate. Hello everybody and welcome back to Investor Info. In today's video we will be talking about the metaverse and many cool facts about it. Let's get started. While it may appear like Facebook's crazy vision created the metaverse, this is not the case. Some claim that Mark Zuckerberg's proposed metaverse already exists, while others believe it is the next wave of the internet. That is caused by the fact that the metaverse means different things to different people, but it is also owing to the fact that the lines between the virtual and actual worlds have been blurred beyond recognition. In practice, the metaverse will exist when a user can enter a massive virtual shopping mall that can hold as many people as the virtual space allows, purchase digital merchandise, and then advertise the same item a few weeks later inside a different virtual space. The metaverse is basically a fusion of two long-standing ideas: virtual reality and a digital second life. For centuries, technologists have fantasized about a world where our virtual lives are just as important as our physical ones. In theory, we would spend a significant amount of time in a virtual space chatting with our friends and coworkers. As a result, we'd end up spending there as well, purchasing costumes and accessories for our digital avatars. To some extent, debating the meaning of the metaverse is equivalent to debating the meaning of the internet in the 1970s. The groundwork for a new way of communication was being constructed, but no one knew what the end result would be. So, while it was true that the internet was on its way at the time, not every assumption of what it would look like was valid. On the other hand, the notion of the metaverse is tainted with a lot of marketing gimmickry. Because of Apple's move to limit ad tracking, Facebook in particular is in an extremely vulnerable position, which has harmed the company's bottom line. It's difficult to separate Facebook's vision for the future where everyone has a digital closet to explore, with Facebook's intention to make money selling virtual clothing. Here's an attempt to demonstrate how perplexing the term the metaverse really is. Replace the phrase the metaverse with cyberspace in a sentence. Most of the time, the meaning will be the same. This is because the word refers to a broad shift in how we interact with technology rather than a specific type of technology. And it's very possible that the word itself will become obsolete when the technology it predefined becomes more widely available. The metaverse is made up of two technologies: virtual reality and augmented reality. Virtual reality is defined by persistent virtual settings that exist even when you're not playing, and augmented reality combines aspects from the digital and physical worlds. It does not, however, require that certain regions be only accessible through VR or AR. A metaversal virtual environment, similar to Fortnite's components that can be accessed via PCs, game consoles, and even phones, might exist. It also applies to the digital economy in which consumers may create, buy, and sell goods. Furthermore, in more idealistic metaverse concepts, it is interoperable, allowing you to carry virtual things like clothes or automobiles from one platform to another. In the real world, you can go to the mall and buy a movie shirt. Most platforms today include virtual identities, avatars, and inventories that are tied to a single platform. But a metaverse may allow you to create a persona that you can take with you wherever you go as easily as transferring your profile image from one social network to another. The promise of the metaverse is a greater convergence of our digital and physical lives in wealth, sociability, productivity, business, and pleasure, whether in virtual reality, augmented reality, or just on screens. These two systems are already entwined, and no protective equipment is required. Consider the Uber app, which tells you how far away the car is based on your location. Consider how Netflix generates suggestions depending on what you've already seen. Consider the LiDAR sensor in new iPhones, which can capture a 3D image of your surroundings. The metaverse is, at its core, the evolution of our modern internet. It's tough to comprehend what all of this means because whenever you hear descriptions like those above, it's reasonable to think, wait, doesn't that already exist? World of Warcraft, for example, is a lasting virtual world where individuals may buy and sell items. Fortnite provides virtual concert experiences. Is this what the metaverse refers to? Is it just a new kind of video game? Well, some social components of the metaverse may already be incorporated in video games. Consider Fortnite, a multiplayer online shooting game available on PCs and video game consoles. The average Fortnite gamer spends hundreds of hours in the game, battling and interacting with other players' avatars. To suggest that Fortnite is the metaverse is like claiming that Wikipedia is the internet. Even if you could spend a substantial amount of time in Fortnite conversing, buying stuff, studying, and playing video games, this does not indicate that it includes the rest of the metaverse. Most discussions over what the metaverse comprises begin to stall at this point. We have a vague idea of what items exist in what we call the metaverse, and we know which firms are investing in it, and yet we still don't know what it is. Facebook believes it will include fictitious homes to which you can bring all of your friends to hang around. Microsoft apparently believes that virtual conference rooms may be used to instruct new recruits or speak with employees who are located far away. While no one will own the metaverse, just as no one owns the internet today, there will undoubtedly be many important players in the space, and companies like Meta, Microsoft, Epic Games, Roblox, and many others want to be among them, which is why they are investing billions of dollars to make the sci-fi dream a reality. Before we continue talking more about the crazy world of the metaverse, please be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and while you're at it, click the bell icon too, as you are not going to want to miss out on all of the exciting content we have in store. Your support truly means the world to us, and we really appreciate it, so thank you so much for that. But okay, back to the metaverse. The internet was preceded by a series of technological developments, such as the ability to allow devices to communicate over large distances, or the capability to link one web page to another when it first arose. These technological characteristics form the basis of the abstract structures we know as the internet: websites, apps, social networks, and everything else that is based on those fundamental traits. Not to mention the convergence of interface innovations that aren't directly related to the internet, but are essential for it to work, such as displays, keyboards, mouse, and touchscreens. With the metaverse, there are some new building blocks in place, such as the ability to host large numbers of people in a single instance of a server, or motion tracking tools that can distinguish where a user is looking or where their hands are. These technologies have the potential to be extremely engaging and futuristic. However, there are a number of limitations that may be overpowering. When technology companies like Microsoft produce hypothetical films of their future visions, they frequently avoid discussing how people will engage with the metaverse. VR headsets are still awkward, and most people experience motion sickness or even physical pain after wearing them for a lengthy period of time. Augmented reality glasses face a similar challenge, in addition to the not insignificant question of how to wear them in public without looking like enormous dorks. Microsoft and every other business that displays outlandish demos like these are attempting to create an aesthetic image of what the future may be, rather than answering every technical concern. It's a practice dating back to AT&T's demonstration of a voice-controlled folding phone capable of magically erasing individuals from photographs and generating 3D models, all of which may have seemed similarly implausible at the time. However, this type of thinking places us in a position where it's difficult to predict which portions of the numerous metaverse ideas will become reality one day. If VR and AR headsets become comfortable and affordable enough for people to wear on a daily basis, which is a big if, then the concept of a virtual poker game in which your companions are robots and holograms floating in space may become a reality. The flashiness of VR and AR also obscures the more everyday features of the metaverse that are more likely to materialize. It would be trivially straightforward for software firms to create, for example, an open digital avatar standard, a form of a file that incorporates features you may enter into a character generator, such as eye color, haircut, or clothing options, and allow you to carry it with you whenever. There's no reason to create a more comfortable VR headgear for that. The dilemma of defining the metaverse is that in order for it to be the future, the present must be defined away. MMOs, which are basically complete virtual worlds, digital concerts, video conversations with individuals from all over the world, online avatars, and commerce platforms are already available. So, in order to sell these items as a new view of the world, there must be something fresh about them. If you mentally substitute cyberspace for the metaverse in a statement, the majority of the time the meaning will not vary significantly. Cloud infrastructure, software tools, platforms, apps, user-generated content, and hardware will all be driving forces in the metaverse. Aside from the technological needs, the metaverse will contain a variety of user experiences like entertainment, gaming, commerce, social interactions, education, and research. It's critical to remember all of this context because while it's easy to compare today's proto-metaverse concepts to the early internet and believe things will improve and grow in a linear way, that's not a given. There's no assurance that people will want to hang around without legs in a virtual workplace or play poker with Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, much alone that VR and AR technology will ever become as ubiquitous as smartphones and computers are now. It's possible that any true metaverse would consist of little more than some great VR games and digital avatars in Zoom conversations, but largely of what we now refer to as the internet. If the metaverse is just an extension of the internet we presently have, one only has to consider the plethora of problems we've yet to address regarding our online existence: hacking, catfishing, harassment, hate speech, to understand how deadly a future with the metaverse may be. Will there be a single metaverse or a variety of metaverses? Maximum oververse? That is yet to be determined. There are no metaverse standards, and many firms are pushing to build the basis for others to follow. Facebook, Microsoft, Sony, Epic Games, and a slew of smaller businesses are all working on projects in the hopes of becoming the first to market. It's uncertain whether one company's VR gear will allow another large multiplayer area or cloud-based visuals. Most corporations offer a metaverse into which other enterprises can enter. However, they must first agree on how they will collaborate. And there you have it, folks. Now that we've discussed a thing or two about the metaverse, let us know in the comment section down below your thoughts on it. Do you think the metaverse is a threat to the future of our privacy on the internet, or do you think it is just the beginning of bigger technological advancements? Regardless, remember to always do your research and make the most of your resources. If you found this video helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. See you in the next video.